I remember I got done playing or hitting, balls at the driving range, and Charlie enjoys being out there at the driving range. And when I got back to my car, I'm like, I gotta find a golf bag for Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast. Robbie here, introducing today's episode. Today's going to be another one of those that we look back at a prior episode. This one means a good bit to us because we met Tyler Johnson of Charlie Golf Company back, 2 years ago now. Saw that this guy was starting a toddler golf bag company, and we wanted to hear his story, why he was doing it, what it was all about. So this episode, I think for us, was like number 33 in our first season. So back in, I think, November of 2023 was when this was released. And you can see, I guess, the graininess. I think we used Zoom or something to record with Tyler. Jonathan was not on this episode, but Tyler and I had a good chat, and we wanted to reshare that with you. One, so that you could hear more of the origin story of Charlie Golf Company, but two, just to see where he's gone from even that interview, 2.5 years later. Charlie Golf Company is blowing up. They're doing incredible things. They've got toddler golf bags. They've got junior golf bags for ages 5 to 8. I think he's going to keep introducing new stuff as his kids get older. He's added more kids, I think, since this episode was released as well. But he's doing some great stuff. And more importantly, Tyler's a great guy. Like, I've gotten a chance to meet him now a couple times and hang out with him, both down at the PGA show and then again at the Beach Ready Shindig. If you follow him on social media, he's just blowing it up. Like, courses are reaching out to him and saying, "Hey, we want our logo on the side of these bags for our members, for their kids." He's doing some incredible stuff. So excited for you to re-listen to this episode, or if you'd never listened to it the first time, which, back in our first season, you probably weren't listening to us much anyway. So it's a chance for you maybe to hear an origin story of what Tyler is doing with Charlie Golf Company. As always, and we mentioned meeting down at the Be Ready Shindig, we are brought to you by our friends at Summit Golf Brands. Be Ready, zero restriction, fairway and green. They have incredible stuff. They are doing great things, supporting, besides us, folks like Tyler and what they are doing. And so many thanks to those guys. They have given us the ability to offer y'all 20% off of your order. I was actually down at Hague Point the other day, and somebody walked by and said, "Oh, a B. Dratty shirt. That's my favorite golf shirt." I said, "Yeah, that's one of mine too." So it's pretty cool to see people out in the real world, out on the golf course, that say, "It's one of my favorite shirts." They are doing incredible stuff. And again, if you go to their sites and use BestBall20, you can save 20% off maybe your new favorite shirt. So anyway, let's take a flashback or replay back to my episode with Tyler Johnson of Charlie Golf Company from November of 2023. Y'all enjoy. Introducing Tyler Johnson from Iowa. I think his dad was a greenskeeper, if I've read up correctly. Greenskeeper at a local course, played some golf at University of Northern Iowa, and now he is the founder of the Charlie Golf Co. company. I'm not sure, and he'll correct me, creating a toddler golf bag kind of aimed at that 2 to 5 year old kid age. So, Tyler, we appreciate you joining us on the Whole Story Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's start from the beginning. When did you start playing golf? I imagine you started playing as a kid yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I think like a lot of people, I was just raised playing golf with my dad and my grandpa. Whenever I go back home, I still have the little club that my dad cut down for me that is still laying around my parents' house. So it's cool to see that. My youngest son plays with that, every once in a while when we go back. Just growing up, I always played with my dad and my grandpa. And then just as I grew older, played in junior high, I had a buddy that just loved golf as much as I did. And we were out there all the time. So instead of going to the swimming pool, we were out at the golf course at all times, day and night. So sort of just did that. And yeah, I mean, played at the little 9-hole golf course where my dad was the greenskeeper there. So worked out there a little bit. and just played throughout high school and at that little 9-hole course, which it didn't even have a sand bunker at. So it's
Hey,
interesting how I got to play at Northern Iowa.
that's a great course. No bunkers, right?
No
So
bunkers.
that's perfect. So my dad, when I was a kid, he cut down some clubs as well. I mean, I'm sure they're not weighted for kids, but it was perfect. I found them in the shed recently. I took a picture of them and posted at one point. I'll try to find it again. But yeah, that's how I started playing golf. I didn't play in college or anything, but that's a cool story. So you grew up playing. You played at University of Northern Iowa. What was it like playing college golf?
Uh, it was a lot of fun. It was a complete grind. Looking back, I sometimes wonder how like I actually made it through on some of those 36 hole days and walking the 36 hole. But I mean, it was a grind. It was a battle every single day. Through practice and qualifying, and then going to the tournaments and having that pressure of your teammates relying on you, but then also golf is an individual sport as well. And you never want to post a bad number and, go into the clubhouse and have to tell your teammates what you shot. So, it was a complete grind. Played a lot of awesome golf courses, have pretty much all of my best friends that I'm still in contact with today were on the UNI golf team. So, looking back, it was one of the greatest experiences that I had. And I really shaped honestly my life going forward.
Yeah, so now you've got a young family. You've got, I think, two kids. Is that right?
I have a 3-year-old boy and a 1-year-old girl.
Okay. The 3-year-old boy, I believe, is named Charlie, if I'm correct.
That's where the name came from. I thought of it in about 30 seconds and
Yeah.
just went with it.
Yeah. So the Charlie Golf Co. Is it co or company, or do you just shorten it?
It's co for company. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you come up with the idea for a toddler golf bag, something that your son Charlie could carry clubs around and take out to the course?
So I remember going out to the driving range. I was going out there to we were going to the Prairie Club. A group of guys was going out to the Prairie Club in Nebraska, and I wasn't playing that much golf throughout the summer. Like I'd play here and there, but not too much. But I wanted to go out to the driving range, so I decided to take my kid. And my dad has always cut down clubs for every single grandchildren that he has 6 grandchildren right now. And every single time that there was a kid born, he'd always bring a cut down club with a pink or a blue grip. So we had, clubs that he's cut down for Charlie, and we've always just carried around. I throw them in the back of the car. They rattle around. When we go play golf, I throw them in the back of the basket of the garden. It was just a mess. So I remember I got done playing or hitting, balls at the driving range, and Charlie enjoys being out there at the driving range. And when I got back to my car, I'm like, I gotta find a golf bag for Charlie. Like, I want to find a golf bag for him. So I went online that night and I did a quick search. And there's the pretty standard one that I think probably everybody knows. The U.S. Kids Golf bag and that company. So like they have a lot of toddler gear and kids gear, but it wasn't a bag that really fit my eye necessarily. And I personally really like the wax canvas bags and the carry bags like McKinsey Golf
Mm.
has some and Penfold and like those companies. I'm like, I I wanted to find a bag like that. So I did a quick mock-up of one, did a lot of research, found a manufacturer for them, and sort of the rest is history. And we got those samples in, and my kid absolutely loved it. I remember actually after we gave it to him, he went to daycare, and one of my good friends was there, and uh, he said, "God, Charlie ran up to me and just he couldn't stop talking about his golf bag." So that's what I knew it like was a big thing for Charlie, and that sort of sparked all of this as far as going forward and moving forward with it is really the whole mission behind it is just to get kids interested in the game. That's really the biggest goal of mine is just to get kids interested in the game. It's not trying to create the next Tiger Woods. It's get them a bag like dad and get them some clubs just to have in their hand to go out and play.
Yeah, I think, kind of before we started recording, I told you my kids are a little older. But my kids played golf. They had the junior PGA junior set, and they did the PGA Junior League and things like that. And but prior to that, it was, here's a random golf club. Where do you stick it, right? So you throw it in your bag, and of course, what does it do? It drops all the way to the bottom. And
Yep.
so, great idea to kind of create something. I think, and you probably can see this with Charlie, and like he goes and tells all his friends, it gives him a little ownership because he's carrying the clubs, right?
Exactly. Yeah. We got some bags in the garage, and he found the one that he wanted to, and he tossed his clubs on in there and started running around with it. So he knows his bag and he knows his clubs, and he loves putting his balls in there, and the tees, that's a big thing. Getting all of his golf tees in there, and his golf balls in there. So yeah, it does give him some ownership of it.
Yeah, I saw your buddy Jared, I believe you guys played golf together. He posted something about your dad, doing the thing where he cuts down the clubs and everything. Your dad might have a little side gig with some gender reveal stuff there if he's got some golfers that want to hit him up for a pink and blue grip club. But it sounds like you've kind of gotten that kind of passion for kids golf and stuff from him, because I'm guessing he's been doing it for a while, and he obviously got you in the game.
Yeah, he's been doing it for as long as I can remember. He always taught like junior lessons when I was growing up. He's just always has loved the game of golf, and I think getting clubs in kids' hands as early as possible is a huge benefit for them later on down the road. Because I have buddies that just picked up the game a few years ago, and it's difficult learning at a later age. So if you're accustomed to it growing up, it just makes it I feel like a lot more fun going forward. But he's always loved the game. My grandpa's always loved the game. It's just sort of ran in our family.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned to you earlier, I kind of started following you on Twitter, and just seeing the progress of what you're doing. And, something that you posted, I think last week, I saw that you had the waiting list, and you're like, these things are coming. And the waiting list, you showed the stats of, July, and then August, September, and then October, it kind of blew up, right? What do you, I mean, you're over 1,000 now on your waiting list. I
Yeah.
think you ordered, 150 golf bags to start with, but what would you say kind of help the growth of that waiting list? What got people so interested all of a sudden, that slow growth, but then kind of an explosion in October?
Yeah, there was one tweet, and I'll never forget it. It was a tweet on a Saturday. I was heading to an 8-year-old my niece's 8-year-old birthday party, a couple hours away, and I remember sending out that tweet, and then all of a sudden my notifications started going wild. I'm like, okay, something's happening here. It was really all a lot of it on that October was all around one tweet, pretty much, that caught attention. And I have a good friend, Jared, that is in the Twitter world, and he's doing his own thing with his newsletter. So I see him quite often. I talk to him quite often, and he's given me a lot of advice. And one of the biggest things that I think that I'm trying to do is just tell a story. I think that's how people can relate to you more, is just by telling a story about the golf bags in a way, or my story, or my dad's story, my grandpa's story. And it's just more relatable. I think it's more authentic, coming that way. So yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing, is just trying to tell the story of it. I'm not trying to preach the features and the benefits of it. I'm literally just trying to tell a story, and I think people can relate to that.
Yeah, man. You talk about the kids, or the kids clubs falling through the holes in the rack in the back of the cart and everything, and immediately I have flashbacks to that happening, and just him trying to keep up with it. Our daughter too. Yeah, and that's what we love doing. We love telling golf stories and hearing great golf stories, and this is one that really takes off. Well, you posted today, you had some exciting news. You got a package in the mail. I guess packages showed up at the house. Tell us about that.
So, throughout the whole process, that finding the manufacturer, getting the samples in, making adjustments to those samples, getting the production sample in for final proof, and then placing the order, and taking that leap of faith to actually place the order. I want to say it was the end of August I placed the order, because I knew I wanted them in hand before the holidays. Like, that was my main goal, was to get them in hand before the holidays. So I placed that order at the end of August, and then just today, the 150 golf bags showed up in our driveway, and it was cool to see. My wife was home, and she was sending me videos of it because I was at work for for my full-time job. So she was sending me videos of them getting dropped off, and pictures of the kids, with the golf bags is pretty cool. So yeah, it's exciting to see. They're finally here, and now I can really start planning the launch of selling the bags.
The work begins, right?
All the fun begins now.
Yeah, so we're recording this on a Monday. We'll release the podcast on Thursday, but what's kind of the next steps in the progress of getting these bags out?
Yeah, so I'm going to communicate it all to the wait list because those are the people that are on there. So the plan is to launch late next week. I'll let everybody on the wait list know when that's going to be happening. Is to get those launched late next week, and then we'll see how that first initial launch goes. Plan on ordering more bags to be here in the middle of December. Actually, I can get some expedited to the middle of December just to have in case things might go wild, or it could be slow. I have no idea. I don't know what to expect, but the response has been awesome, honestly. So we're looking at that, for the golf bags, more colors coming in the spring, and then starting to look at other things that I could maybe complement the golf bag as well, to build out, the brand and the company for specifically toddler golf.
Yeah, I know you say you're not looking for the super technical or whatever, but tell us about the bag. Like what are we looking at? I saw on the I think your website
Yeah.
waitlist.charliegolfco.com. You kind of got some ideas and pictures of it and stuff. Really
Mhm.
cool features, simple features that make it fun for kids. So tell us, kind of describe the bag to us.
Yeah, so it is. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. So it's a wax canvas material with leather accents. It's 21 and a half inches tall. And the reason why a lot of the clubs that you can get are 22 inches. The putter typically is 22 inches. So it does sit right above that. And then, ideal length is 27 to 22 inch clubs. Fits really good in the bag. So 21 and a half inches tall. It's a 4-inch diameter. There is a divider along the top. Strap is adjustable to many different lengths. And then one pocket, just one simple pocket for the kid to store their balls or tees or, you know, any Matchbox cars, anything like that can go in there. So, uh, yeah, it is a very simple design. I wanted to keep it that way. There was no reason to make it complicated for a toddler. I mean
Yeah.
they don't really need too much. So I just wanted it to get on their shoulder, a handle for them to carry it, and stuff to throw in that one pocket.
No range finders or yeah, I'm just
No range finders, nothing.
how far am I? Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take care of that, son. Yep.
yeah,
Well, that's cool. It's really exciting to follow along. We'll continue to try to forward or retweet your stuff or re-X your stuff, whatever they want to call
yeah,
it now. But it's really exciting what you're doing, and I think you're gonna kind of blow up with this thing. So I know you're
yeah,
hoping that as well. But
yeah,
yeah, it's been fun to follow along. But we ask, kind of shifting gears a little bit. We ask every guest, since we love golf stories, what is your all-time best golf shot? Tell us that story.
all time best golf shot.
Played college golf, so I mean, imagine you're a good golfer.
I am a good golfer. I've never had a hole in one, unfortunately, so I can't say anything like that. I'll say it's actually. Can I say if it's a putt? I'll do a putt on the 16th hole of the state match play in the semifinals. Yeah, I remember making like a 30-foot putt against a another college golfer in the state of Iowa. And I'll remember that putt until the day I die. So it was a very competitive putt. It was about a 30-footer breaking, and it put me two up with two to play. So ended up winning that match, but I'll never forget that putt.
That's great. Where were y'all playing that tournament?
That was in Polk City, Iowa, at the Tournament Club of Iowa.
Okay, very
Yeah,
nice. All right, we do this thing called a quick nine with all our guests. Kind of a rapid fire questions, but you can expound as much as you want on these answers. So the guest is definitely in charge. What is the favorite course that you've ever played?
uh, the, oh man, I played two great ones this summer. I'm gonna go with the Dunes course at the Prairie Club in Valentine, Nebraska.
Okay. Very nice. I have not made it there yet. I did go to Landman back in the fall. Have you played there yet?
I have not. No, it's on the list though, for sure. It's not
Highly
terribly
recommend.
far. Yeah.
Highly recommend it. It's a ton of fun, and there's the folks that run it there. They're awesome. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, what course is on the top of your bucket list?
Top of the bucket list. I'll say I'll just say courses. I want to get down to Pinehurst. Well,
They have
no,
some
I'm
good
gonna
ones.
backtrack. I'm gonna go with Bandon. I like to play Bandon.
Okay.
All those courses out there. Yeah, looking at guys' trips, Bandon would be at the top of the list. I want to get out to Oregon.
I think either one of those you'd be a happy golfer. So who's in your dream foursome? This can be anybody.
It'll be Tiger, Rory, Justin Thomas.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, PJ Tour guy, I guess.
There you go. No, that's great. All right. What course in Iowa should everybody come play? You know, we talk about Pinehurst, we talk about Bandon. If somebody's coming to Iowa, what course should they go play?
Davenport Country Club.
Okay.
I absolutely love Davenport Country Club. I want to say there was a state am there at 1 year when I was going in college or when I was in college. I know they had state am, and then there was actually a college tournament there. The Missouri Valley tournament was there that I did not play in that year, but the Missouri Valley Conference tournament was out there. But Davenport Country Club, highly, highly recommend.
All right. Very nice. All right. Jonathan would be mad at me if I did not ask this question. We ask all our guests. Jonathan went to Cabo and had tacos on the course while he was playing. So, got to ask, what is the best on course food that you've ever had?
Of course, food. Boy, I that's a tough question. I mean, I thought you were gonna say what's going to be the best on course, making the turn. I was just gonna say straight up cheeseburger, but
Yeah, you could do.
I mean, I think I every time I go to the golf course is typically cheeseburger. That's typically what I do.
Best one.
What's that?
Who has the best one?
I don't know. I grew up at a Manna Colonies, and I love the Manna Colonies cheeseburgers. So that's what I'll say.
We'll go with that. All right. What's your favorite golf course logo?
Pinehurst. And I think if you potentially see the Charlie Golf logo, I got a little inspiration from Pinehurst logo.
Putter
Carried a
boy, huh?
golf bag.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. What is talking about golf bags? What's the most random thing that you carry in your golf bag?
Random thing in my golf bag. I don't even know if it's random. I got a scorecard holder from one of my buddies that was trying to get into leather making goods. And he made me a scorecard holder that I still carry in my bag.
Very nice. Is he still doing?
Business never took off.
Okay, I got you. I was gonna say let's give him a plug, but all right.
Nope.
All right. What can golf courses do to get kids more involved?
Junior golf program. So I think this one, even in northern Iowa, I think it's lacking junior golf. And I think if for junior golf tours, for those junior golf tours to reach out to local golf courses, those local golf courses to work with the junior tours, that the local junior golf programs to let those kids on, at either a discounted rate of some sort or some sort of fundraising. I think the junior tours is the best way for kids to get into the game at an early age. Gives them some competitive golf, gets them in the community, and gets them introduced to golf.
All right, perfect. And last question. What would you tell people is the best thing about taking your kids out on the golf course with you from your own experience?
There's so much. It's not even about them hitting the ball. I find it very interesting, like what they get like attracted to. And my son absolutely loves playing in the sand bunkers, and he loves playing in the on par threes, the sand divot repair stuff. He loves filling divots. So I just think it's fun to see him, not necessarily hitting it, just enjoying being out on the golf course. Whether it's filling the divots or playing in the sand, riding the golf cart. I mean, hunting worms. He throws rocks into the creeks, off the bridges. So it's not even necessarily about the golfing. It's like watching him just enjoy being out on the golf course.
Yeah. That's something that somebody suggested to me as our kids were getting involved with the junior league and stuff, and they said, have fun, like whatever it takes to have fun, whether it's all the things you just talked about, driving the cart, running crazy through the bunker. You can rake a bunker, and I'm sure courses will love to hear that your son loves filling divots. So
Oh yeah, he's the best at it.
that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, Tyler, we really appreciate you joining us on the Whole Story Podcast. We wish you nothing but the best success. We will share this like crazy and tell everybody on all the social media stuff where to go sign up. They might be near the back of the line at this point, but everybody needs to go follow Tyler. So at Tyler Johnson _59 and at Charlie Golf _ CO on Instagram, Twitter, and I'm sure many other social media outlets. But you can also get on the wait list by going to waitlist.charliegolfco.com. We'll put all these in our show notes. But Tyler, we appreciate you being a part of this.
Hey, thanks for having me. I had a blast.
Yeah, this will get posted on Thursday. But for everybody listening, please go like and subscribe and give us a good rating on this thing so we can keep telling fun golf stories. But we appreciate y'all joining us on the Whole Story Podcast.